Not a stunning new testimony from federal court. An anesthesiologist accused of putting dangerous drugs in IV bags while working at Baylor Scott & White Surgicare in North Dallas. Prosecutors say a fellow anesthesiologist died after taking home a tainted IV bag, and nearly a dozen patients suffered cardiac issues. Dr. Reynaldo Ortiz denies doing anything wrong, but a fellow doctor just took the stand to provide new details on how it all came to light. Sydney Persing live at the courthouse to bring us up to speed.
Well, Chris, we just heard from an anesthesiologist named Dr. Chad Marsden, and today prosecutors really propped him up as the guy that solved this whole thing. Throughout this trial, we've heard from several doctors who testified about their immense frustration, saying they had seemingly healthy patients with good surgeries, but those patients went into serious cardiac episodes with seemingly no medical explanation. Well, Dr. Marsden, one of his patients, was the last to experience that. A woman in her 50s, she'd come in for a tummy tuck. Dr. Marsden, again, he told jurors today about his immense frustration. He could not understand why this woman with a good surgery and good medical history ended up close to critical condition. As he testified, he explained how he went home after that surgery and he racked his brain trying to solve this mystery, really these mysteries. And he had a really interesting moment that he talked about to jurors. We're going to pull up a graphic for you now. He talked about speaking on the phone with the surgeon on that surgery the next day. And he said he told her, if you were to call me up next week and tell me they did an investigation and found out someone was putting epinephrine in IV bags, I would be horrified, but I would not be surprised. Dr. Marsden went on to tell jurors that he was working with this theory. It was really the only thing that made sense to him, but he knew it was far-fetched. So he called the administrator at the facility to set up a meeting, asking to look at the charts of the other patients who had these medical episodes so he could see if his theory really worked. He said he pulled up to the facility a couple days later, and when he did, he saw ambulances surrounding the facility. So he ran inside and he found out yet again another patient was having an unexplained cardiac episode. He testified he found out it was an 18-year-old man named Jack. We're going to pull up pictures of Jack for you now. He testified in front of jurors yesterday. And Dr. Marsden really captivated the jury as how he explained he ran into Jack's OR and he told the anesthesiologist in that surgery, I think it's a problem with the IV bags. Dr. Marsden then explained they switched out the IV bag on Jack, and shortly thereafter his blood pressure started to drop. He also then captivated jurors. I could see them watching and leaning and listening as he explained how he told everyone in that operating room, nobody touches a thing, nothing leaves here. He said they collected the IV bags and the casings on them to examine them, and that is when he said they discovered a pinhole and needle hole in one of those casings. Very intriguing testimony. There's a lot to this case. We will continue to update you on air and online as this trial continues to progress. Izzy.
Our thanks to you, Sydney Persing. That trial expected to last 3 weeks. She'll be there every step of the way.